All right, live looping. This is the good stuff. Types of live looping pedals, right? From left to right, you got a ditto, which is a one track. That is super simple. One of these pedals is a perfect thing to add on your board if you don't loop all the time, or if you just want to practice in your room. The good thing about the two track pedals, the 2 foot switch pedals, so the middle one and the one on the right, is you've got one pedal that you'll start and stop everything. Start and record everything, and then the other pedal is to stop. Whereas when you have a pedal like the one on the left, the ditto, that one button does everything. So it becomes it's good for a rehearsal tool in a studio or a bedroom or whatever, but usually they operate with you one tap to play and record and overdub, and you double tap to stop, and then you hold it to undo one thing, but then you hold it really long and it undoes everything. So it's one pedal for multiple tasks. By the way, I've got a little sheet over here. You don't have to take photos of the screen or anything. I can email anybody who wants to put their email address down. I'll send all of these slides. And I will say, I'll speak on behalf of everybody in the music store and me. We're not strangers, so we all have either social media accounts or are walking around. So if you have any questions tomorrow or in a year or whatever, just send us an email or talk to us, come into the store and ask the staff. They know a lot. I'm happy to answer anything on social media or emails or anything. So this is going to be quick for some people and it's going to be slow for others, but I really want to try and cover as much as I can. So these are small loop pedals. Then you have larger loop pedals. Some of these might be familiar to you. The one on the left is a newer one by Ed Sheeran crew. They come out with. That's a multi-track loop station, a 4-track looper, which is very similar to the one I'm using. Then you've got a 5-track looper, which is the top right. That's actually a tabletop looper. So there's a lot of YouTube performers and stuff that use them, and they use it really well. It's got effects, and it's got all kinds of cool stuff that the other ones don't have. And then the red one, bottom right-hand corner, is a new Boss pedal. It's a 6-track looper. So you can imagine 6 band members that can each play infinite things, but you have to show them how to play it, if that makes sense. So the problem with the big ones, the thing with the smaller ones is it's great. They all pretty much operate the same. The problem with the big ones is it's very much like a camera or some kind of nuanced piece of equipment. Is you go, which one should I get? And it's like, well, which one do you want? Well, whichever one I should get. Well, what kind of thing do you want to do? Well, I want to loop. Well, what do you mean by that? So that means, how do you want to lay your songs out? What kind of pedals do you want to press? Like, do you want a visual or do you not care about the visual? So all of these things do a lot of different roles. And so it's very important to sort of start with something small and cheap and then try stuff and then decide what you want based on your own journey, which is a very blanket statement, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. All right, live looping, single track versus multi-track. So the single track, or the smaller loopers, they fit on any pedal board. They're tiny, you can plug them in and you can jam on them. I still have a couple of them that I use for songwriting. So I'll take it and hook it into a little JBL Bluetooth speaker and I'll noodle a couple of chords and then I'll just let that play, because I know when I write songs I want to play guitar, and if I'm doing that then I can't think properly. So I put my guitar down and I loop those chords and I use it. They're more affordable, they suit beginners, they suit people trying to get their tempo down. Great to rehearse with and to songwrite. Multi-track, obviously, they're a big thing. They're a big, bulky tool. It sucks to fly with. You got to have a big case for it. They're usually expensive, but they have a lot of other options. They have effects and multi-tracks. You can adjust audio capabilities. On this one, I've got 6 outputs, so I can route my beatbox just in one track to the mixer, and then I can separate my guitar track to a different track, and you can do all kinds of stuff like that. The cool thing is you can do that. The thing that sucks is if you want to do that, you have to know exactly what you're doing to do that. Otherwise, you can really mess some stuff up. That's like life, I guess. And things. Yeah, let's relate everything back to life. Okay, let's get back into some more audio stuff. So, show of hands, who loops or is whether you've just started this week or you've got a loop station. Okay, a few people. All right, a lot of people. Great. So, apologies if I'm striking on stuff that you're rolling your eyes at here, but there's a lot of people in the room that might need to know this. I've actually done a loop course online at truefire.com. It's like 49 parts. It's huge, but it's designed to be one of those courses, like what is it? Like jazzercise, ozzercise. You remember that sort of stuff? Like follow along with the fit lady or the guy or whatever, and you see the people in the front who are weapons, and then people in the back are doing modded variations of it. That's fine. You just do it on your knees. That's fine. You stand on top of a chair and balance and do that version of it. So it's designed to be, if you're just starting, then you'll find it hard, but you'll be able to make your way through it. But if you're a seasoned looper, even myself, I will do my own course and I'll get stuff out of it. So these things will help you regardless what your ability is. So a lot of people, when they start with looping, they have trouble beginning the loop and making it not stutter. If that makes sense, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's say I'm going to play I'll just do like some kind of a loop. So whoops, I kind of got it right. Hang on. let's beatbox it. It's a little bit out of tune, out of time, because I didn't press it at the same time, at the right time. What a lot of people do is they don't play through the end of their loop again. So they'll go something like, and they'll stop as soon as they press the end button, they'll stop playing. But what you want to do is continue to play through it. So it's... and then it sounds so much cleaner at the end of it. You really only need to do that on the very first loop. The first loop is easily the most important one because it sets up the entire timing for the rest of them. So that's something that can help you. Another tip on that is find something that you can be the most in time with. So especially if there's a beat that's slow and you do the Ed Sheeran version of like, you know, kind of doing something that's a little bit more complicated. If you can do a beat that's and then you'll add over the top of it. Not only is it smoother and the little masks any imperfections in there, but it's definitely going to be more in time because you're used to strumming a guitar or you might be used to tapping your foot or something. So I find anything that's got like a drummy, percussive kind of thing easiest to add for the first part of the loop, and then you can add any chords or anything after that. Is nice. Sag behind the beat. I don't know why I put this so early in it, but I have to say, people rush the beat so much. Any drummers? Any percussionists, drummers in here? A couple people? All right, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about and are equally annoyed at other people who do this, but it's when you have a beat. Let me do this. Right? And I want to loop. I want to loop that, right? But I go. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if it's too obvious for some people. The guitar bit is like going a little bit earlier than what the beat is. That is absolutely not allowed. Okay? Beat, I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. You can be late all day, but you cannot be early. I'm going to do another version. This is extremely late in comparison, but it's so much groovier, don't you think? Check this out. All right. All right, now I'm going to do the bad version of it. It's actually not that out, but you can't tell me that it sounds better than that. My point is, Drums come first. Drums are in time with themselves. It even sounds like the drums are ahead of everybody, which technically they're on time and everybody else is late, if that makes sense. So if you can try and mess around with that, that could be a challenge that you take to your next show. That's something that I deliberately try to sag and see how far back behind the beat I can get and just close my eyes and get my inner stank going. And that's something that you can really like vibe out to, and I don't know, you'll catch some people who are drummers and you'll get some people who have good rhythm go, oh, I don't know why, but it's just groovier today. So that's a challenge.